Hey, what's up, you guys? So I'm outside again recording this. Hope the background noise isn't too bad. But yeah, today I'm gonna be talking about some shit. All right, some fucking shit. It's basically how the the fucking working class is basically the main group of people that terrorizes the working class. Okay. Now you might say, "Oh, that's because they get hypnotized to act like dickheads through the television, the TV looky box." And you know what? That is a very realistic possibility because if you look it up, bro, there was this experiment done in like 1946 or some shit where they basically did an experiment and which proved that they could hypnotize people pretty effectively through the television set, and that was back, almost 100 years ago, right? Like 80 years ago or some shit. So just imagine how much they've tweaked and perfected that technology, nowadays, right? You know? So yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe it's because of that. Maybe people were more peaceful and mutualistic and easy to get along with, you know, like 200 years ago when there was little to no electrical technology and there wasn't really much TV or radio waves that could, TV monitors that could hypnotize people. Yeah, maybe people were actually nicer back in those days and easier to get along with, and maybe they've lied to us in the history textbooks. Because, yeah, the history textbooks would strongly suggest that they were a bunch of dickheads back 200 years ago, right? I mean, there's all these fucking racist pricks who would go on lynching sprees and just kill people all because they didn't like their fucking, skin color, or if you were a queerosexual, yes, if you had consenting romantic relations with someone of the same gender, they'd get butthurt and offended over that. And women couldn't even vote. They were basically considered property of either their asshole entitled idiot dad or their fucking entitled evil douche husband, you know. And they couldn't really work a job, because men were basically the only people who were allowed to get an education and work. So women were basically forced to be prostitutes, right? They're basically forced to marry a man to, just for survival necessities, So yeah, I mean, the history textbooks tell us that, 200 years ago, before electrical technology was available, I mean, like, most people were still a bunch of evil fucking dickheads long before technology, right? I mean, I'm really not so sure that we can blame, you know, all of this fucked up shit happening today on technology alone. I mean, I just really not so sure about that. Now, can technology make it worse? Sure, I think technology can make it worse to some degree, but then again, I mean, look at the facts, bro. We live in a world where women are allowed to vote, and they are allowed to work a fucking job and get an education, all right? Um, and there's way less racist, and homophobic hate crimes nowadays in America than it was 200 years ago, I mean, large parts of the U.S. are pretty LGBT friendly, even in rural communities. And I would know, yeah, I live in a rural community in the Northeast, and yeah, they're generally pretty LGBT friendly. There's a local bar, and it's not a gay bar necessarily. It's just a regular, bar in, in a relatively rural setting, and they make their own. It's really cool. They basically make their own brew. They make their own beer. It's homemade beer. They have their own unique special designs, right? And yeah, they have a fucking sticker that has all these fucking rainbow flags on it on the front saying, "Oh, we're anti-hate. We don't tolerate any sort of racism, homophobia, or transphobia, whatever." Yeah, this fucking, queero sticker was on this fucking rural bar in a fucking rural community in, in the Northeast, right? So there, all right. Now, was that likely the case 200 years ago? I'm not really so sure. Okay, I'm pretty sure it was not that case at all. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you were openly a queero or a transgender person, your life was hell, okay? So it's like, I mean, I'm really not so sure about this whole idea that, Oh, people were so much nicer back in the day. They're so much more mutualistic and caring and compassionate. You know, nowadays people are just such backstabby pricks. It's like, okay, are most people backstabby pricks nowadays? Yes, absolutely, all right. But am I really going to just assume that things were so much better 200 years ago? No. Okay, I'm not going to assume that, you know? And honestly, man, yeah, there you go. I mean, I guess back to the main point I was going with to begin with. I mean, you know, the working class terrorizes the working class more than the ruling class does. Yeah, because like a lot of socialists and communists, they'll say like, oh, look, man, it's because of capitalism, man. It's because all these, you know, rich billionaires run shit and they just, you know, do things that only benefit themselves at the expense of others. But here's the thing, I don't really agree with that premise because even in this capitalist society, I mean, it's better for you, the capitalist, as a business owner, to treat your employees well. Because yeah, if you pay your employees well, you know, you have low turnover, and having a high turnover, you know, will cost you more money down the road than if you simply pay them good wages. You know, because if you have tons of people resigning and quitting, then you're gonna be short staffed, and that's gonna fuck up your production, and you're gonna have to invest all this extra time and energy into getting new people hired and trained up, and it's just a hassle, man. It's just a huge fucking hassle. So no, I think that even I think it is possible to run a business ethically, even in a capitalist system, you know, or at least more ethically than, you know, than the billionaires are typically running their businesses, right? Where they're paying people like starvation wages, and they have to get the workers need to get their wages supplemented by the taxpayers paying for their food stamps, you know. I mean, like I don't think you have to do that to be successful, you know, as a business owner in capitalism, all right? And but still, I mean, the fact of the matter is that, you know, have you tried to interact with people in the working class? Have you tried to be friends with them? Have you tried to have just generally mutualistic win-win cooperation with them? Okay, because I have, all right. I mean, the average person is a fucking tyrant. They're just as evil and sadistic, if not more sadistic and evil, than the people that are currently in charge, than the billionaires in charge. Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, man, like people, just the regular average people I'm encountering on a day-to-day basis, they are just so, like, insanely two-faced and sinister and pure fucking evil. Like, they have, like, they are so evil that I have literally had a hard time even comprehending what I'm seeing. I'm like, okay, I'm seeing them do this shit that's pure evil, but I just can't, like, I just can't comprehend it. I can't process it, man. That's how, like most people in the working class are these, like, overwhelmingly pure evil cunts, all right? And sure, I mean, I'm sure that TV and radio and, you know, and whatnot, I'm sure, you know, toxic media makes the problem worse. But then again, 300 years ago, people were still evil cunts, you know? And if you look at hunter-gatherer societies that have, you know, that basically have no modern technology, no electrical devices, no electronic devices, tons of different hunter-gatherer tribes from all over the world have these like pure evil cultures, man. They like force, or at least very heavily coerce people into doing these brutal genital mutilation rituals and just generally like dangerous and painful rituals in general. Like I think there's this one tribe in the, I want to say somewhere in the Amazons, you know, somewhere in South America, I think, but they basically make these fucking like bullet ant gloves. I think they're bullet ants. They're these ants that are like have like extremely painful and dangerous poison, you know, that like if you get stabbed with it, it basically stings horribly for like 24 hours, dude. And so they basically say, all right, boys, if you want to be real men, you gotta fucking put on these bullet ant gloves, which are gloves that are filled with these bullet ants that are constantly stinging you. You have to wear these gloves like 20 times, you know, or to be considered a real man and accepted into our society, you know. Like, how fucking evil is that? That is, I mean, look, if you want to do this bullet ant, if you're a consenting adult and you want to do this bullet ant glove test to prove your manhood, to prove how tough you are, I mean, yes, if you want to do that without any pressure whatsoever, that's fine. But like, it's so fucked up to make this a requirement to be a part of your society. That is just so stupid and dumb. And it's like, think about it. Like, why are so many, why would the majority of people agree to this shit? I mean, like there had to have been a first person who said, hey, let's do this fucking bullet ant test to get people accepted, that we're gonna make people do in order to be accepted into our society, you know. And who was the second person who was like, yeah, that's a great fucking idea, let's do that? I mean, like why would anybody do that shit, man? I mean, I tell you, man, the vast majority of people are just stupid as fuck and pure fucking evil, you know, and they're like just bad for evolution, man. Like they hold back evolution of the species, you know, most people in general. And here's not, and here's one thing that really holds society back. It's envy. Yeah, think about it. What is envy? Envy is you hate somebody and you punish them all because they succeeded, right? It doesn't matter what they did, good or bad. They could be totally good and a chill, nice person who's actually nice to you and helps you out, and they share their success with you, right? So it could be a win-win for you, but you still hate them exclusively because they succeeded, and now you want to sabotage their life. Yeah, that's envy, and most people are extremely envious, and it's not just in, you know, all electrified, fucking hypnotized, brainwashed, you know, first world Americans who watch too much TV. It's not just those people who are, you know, who are envious. It's tons of hunter-gatherer tribes all over the world that have this same exact type thing as well, you know. And I actually learned about this in SKU, or I actually took classes, you know, learn about this type of hunter-gatherer history. And yeah, I was shocked. I'm like, yeah, there's multiple examples of multiple tribes all over the fucking world that, I mean, they have these like weird phrases, like, for example, oh, the grass that grows the tallest will get cut short, will get cut first, meaning, oh, you can't seem better than average, or else people get jealous of you and target you and fuck up your life. Okay, well, how the fuck is society supposed to progress, right? Okay, think about it. Do I have that attitude? No. All right, my attitude is, if you're a chill, mutualistic, good person, if we're on the same team, okay, if we're in the same fucking hunter-gatherer tribe trying to fucking survive in the fucking wilderness with stone tools, okay, I want you to do well. I want you to do as best you fucking can. And if you're better than me at something, okay, I am grateful that I have someone in my team who is this skilled in this area, and they could probably help me get better in that area too. Okay, and I will probably benefit from their success as well. Let's say they're better at fishing than me. Okay, well, not only could they teach me how to fish better, but they could also they'll also be bringing me back more food for the tribe. Okay, so like it's clear. So clearly, if someone is on your side, you directly benefit in many ways from them being better than you at something, right? Now that should be fucking obvious. That should be the fucking just saying and just lessons that should be taught to children. But it many times is not, especially in these hunter-gatherer tribes. And it's just stupid as fuck. 'Cause it's like, I mean, I would assume that it's probably more difficult to survive with stone tools in the wilderness than to, you know, live in, you know, electrical, modern day, you know, fancy smancy technological society, right? I would think that, okay, if I were to live in the fucking wilderness with stone tools, with a group of people as part of my tribe, okay, I want people to be better than me because that helps me, right? It's actually kind of selfish, right? Yeah, see, that's the thing, man. You don't have to be this fucking self-sacrificing altruist to have good morals. No, in many cases, doing something that benefits you is also beneficial to others, right? Yeah, it benefits me to not be jealous of people who are on my side and just trying to help me and others. Yeah, that's good for me, okay? If someone's better than me at something, okay, that helps me as an individual. It also helps everyone on my team as well. We all benefit, right? Like that, like there, okay? Now that should be simple and fucking obvious, but like most people across the world just don't fucking get that, and they never get that for their entire fucking lives, and they will literally they could live like for fucking 80 years and just be these envious, backstabbing saboteurs who will just target you and fuck up your life if they simply get jealous of you. You know, these people are sick and they're completely worthless, man. They're just bad for evolution, man. They're betas. They're omegas. Okay, these are omega fucking people. All right, because who the fuck wants someone like that in your tribe? Like, why would you want some dumbass who's gonna target you and fuck up your life if they get jealous of you because you succeed and help the tribe and help them? Yeah, so many people, it's like you help them and they target you. Yeah, I can think of multiple people who seem pretty chill at first for months even, but then shortly after I helped them out, they acted different. They treated me like shit, and they like punished me for helping them. And when I finally had enough of their bullshit and stopped helping them, they played the victim. It's like, you stupid fucking cunt. Like what do you expect was gonna happen? You fucking idiot. Like, why would you punish somebody for helping you? That is so stupid. Okay, I don't think, no, I do not recall a single time in my entire life, not even when I was in kindergarten, where I intentionally chose to punish somebody, because they helped me. Like, I've never just gone out of my way to exploit people's charity and compassion towards me that I've seen others do towards me. Like other people, I mean, they just, like, they're so terrible. Like, I just can't believe this many people are so terrible. So yes, okay, maybe that's why. Maybe that's the real reason why our world is hell. All right, maybe it's not exclusive because of the evil pedophile billionaires. I mean, I'm not saying they have no role. They do have a role. Okay, I'm not saying they don't do nothing wrong. I mean, I call them the hypocritical mafia for a reason, right? But on average, man, I think that it's when you take into consideration the fact that the vast majority, like the overwhelming majority of the working class, are just as evil, if not more evil, than the billionaire tyrants. When we take that factor in consideration, I think that the billionaires play a very small role in making our life hell, because most people would be just as bad, if not worse, if they were in control, if they were in charge of things. And if you deal with these people on a day-to-day basis, they are going to fuck up your life as much as they can, as much as they have the power to do so, right? That's the thing. Most people in the working class have this, like, they're extremely sadistic and self-destructive and just evil, right? They basically just want to harm others and fuck up their life, regardless of whether or not it's actually deserved. Like, they're sadists. Like, all they want to do is harm you. That's all they want to do. They want to harm you as much as they think they can get away with. They want to harm you as much as they have the power to do so, right? So that is their mentality, like that's what they're like. That's what the overwhelming majority of people in the working class are like. So I think that the real tyrants we need to be looking at are the working class, okay? I mean, these fucking stupid, evil fucking people who just destroy our fucking society, man. I mean, I'm telling you, man, at this point, I am convinced that the working class terrorizes and harms the working class more than the billionaires do. I'm serious, man. I'm fucking serious, okay? I mean, like, just look around you, bro. Just look around you, okay? Just look around you. Anyways, that's about all I gotta say for today. Fuck all of you envious, self-destructive cunts who are just fucking up our society. You fucking omega little cunts. I hate you and I wish you were fucking aborted. Bye.